What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon MLB DFS video. It is Monday. It is finally May. It is May 1st. And we are back with what might be the worst slate so far in the 4+ weeks that we've had baseball. I won't have much exposure. I will be playing light today. We are going to go over the games. Spencer Strider's still here. But these two games aren't on the Monday, like on the main slate. The main slate consists of 6 games. So we'll go over that. I don't like a lot of the options, but we're going to go through everything. If this is the first time you've been here, welcome. If you find this video at all helpful, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We did hit 50 likes yesterday, and the script that I built, so there is, if someone knows a way to get me, like, to find my subscribers list, like the full list of 7,000 names, so I can put it in the random.org generator to pick a winner. I need to pick 2 winners. Let me know. Apparently, I cannot find a way to get a list of just my subscribers, which is crazy. So I might have to switch it up if that's how we do it. I don't know. Might have to just start doing it if the video gets 50 likes and 50 comments. We'll pick from the comments because I can do the comments. The subscribers, I don't know how to do it. So if there's someone out there that knows how to get a full subscribers list, let me know, please. That would be awesome. But again, we're going to do it again. So if this video gets 50 likes, one person who likes and comments on this video, we're going to do it that way until I can figure out how to get the subscribers. So one person that comments on this video, if it gets 50 likes before the first pitch, will win a free month of DFS plus sports betting content brought to you by FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. Also, another way to do it, hit the like button, be a subscriber, and tell me who's going to hit a home run and what inning they're going to hit it in. So, after a fun-filled, dramatic Sunday where we saw the game being played in Mexico, had an over-under of 21 after 27 runs on Saturday, they got 10 total runs in that game. A lot of runs were scored. We had the contest. The Mets game didn't get played, so we'll play that. That's one of my favorite games is to, will this game be played? If it is, someone will win something. Didn't happen, so we're going to go over those pitchers again through here, and then we're going to go over the pitchers and then bats in each game. So if you have questions after the video of what bats do you like, and you haven't checked out FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, check that out first, and then we'll get through it. So big shout out to everyone who subscribed lately. Did have 2 more people send us CashApp tips or donations or whatever you want to say. I don't know if you want me to say your name out loud, so I'm not going to say it. If you do, you can comment on the video. So I'm not really sure. I'll put the CashApp down below again if you guys want. But big shout out to you guys. And big thing, just everyone who subscribed. We're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers here on YouTube and on Twitter at advisors_team before the All-Star break. So, first game on the slate. So we do have these games are being played in New York yet again. There's going to be wind in this game, these 2 games. The problem is these 2 games here for the Mets and the Braves are not on the main slate. So they are on like the all-day slate. Well, at least the first one is. So this game is on the all-day slate. The second game with Charlie Morton does not appear like it is on the slate. So that is something you need to pay attention to when you're building your lineups if you're playing the all-day slate. Strider, same numbers as the past couple of videos. 61 plate appearance, 31.1 K percentage, 273 batting average. I like Strider. If you're playing an all-day slate, I'm all for that. I don't suggest playing an all-day slate considering this is at 1 Eastern and then you've got 6 more hours before the other games, which a lot can happen. I wouldn't take Reyes here. I would be looking at Strider. I would be looking at the Braves bats. This game's not even there. So we're not even going to cover this game. I don't think it's on a single game. I don't know what's going on with this at the moment. This says 115, which obviously is not true. So something's up with this. I haven't even looked yet, but that is something to pay attention to. I would probably, what I'm going to be doing is just staying clear of the 2 early games and just worrying about just worrying about the games. I think it's going to be a split doubleheader where it's going to just start like 30 minutes after the other game. So this game isn't on any DFS slate. Next game, Cubs at the Nationals. You got Drew Smyly versus Mackenzie Gore. Drew Smyly, 39 plate appearances, 361 batting average against him, a 20.5 K percentage. Flip side of that, Mackenzie Gore, 16 plate appearances, 250 batting average, 25 K percentage. Now, 39 plate appearances, it could be just a couple of batters that have had success against him. So let's check it out. I don't know, it's kind of the team. Victor Robles, 2 for 9, not much going on. Thomas Lane, 3 for 6. So as you can see, a lot of them are like, 1 out of 3 hits or whatever, batting .333. So that bumps the number up. Michael Chavis, 2 for 6 with a home run. Really the only one with a home run. Lane Thomas, Ruiz, Garcia, and Meneses all have extra base hits and doubles. Honestly, I don't want anything to do with either of these pitchers. I know Drew Smyly had his perfect game cut short 2 starts ago against the Dodgers. His last start against San Diego, 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 2 earned runs, but only 21 fantasy points. That's not enough. His fantasy points per game is an average of 30.2, but I mean, it's aided well by the 63 fantasy points he had during his perfect game bid. So I am not looking at either of these pitchers. Honestly, I would look at some of these bats here, kind of some of the bats of the Nats that we just looked at, and then if you want to look at some Cubs bats here, I mean, not much. They haven't seen much of anyone. I mean, everyone's got 1 hit here, and then they're 0 for 2, 0 for 2, and 0 for 2. So, honestly, again, this is a very ugly slate. I don't like this game very much. If you're asking me if I'm taking bats, I'll look at them for Today is a GPP only day for me. There won't be any cash lineups for me. I don't like this slate, but I'm here to help you guys out. So, that being said, we can look at this. This is probably a game I avoid. If I'm making 20 lineups or, God forbid, 100 lineups or whatever the number is, then obviously you want to get some exposure to this game. It just really depends. So I'm not really looking for much out of here. There's just other games that we can look at. Speaking of the Guardians at the Yankees, you got Cal Quantrill versus Domingo Germán. Quantrill, 60 plate appearances, a 192 batting average against him, 16.7 K percentage. On the flip side of that, Domingo Germán, 50 plate appearances, 220 batting average, striking out 18% of those batters. Germán did face the Guardians on April 10th. Only went 3 innings, 2 hits, 5 walks, 0 strikeouts, 1 earned run, but only has 6 fantasy points. On the flip side of that, looking at Quantrill, who just faced the Yankees. Actually, he missed the Yankees. So these numbers are just prior numbers. He hasn't faced them this year yet. They are looking absolutely terrible. Tied for last with Boston, I believe, or maybe in last place now. Let's check it out. No, they are firmly tied for last place in the AL East. They're just not hitting. I mean, Judge is out, Stanton's out, their pitching's out. I mean, Bader's out. Jake Bauers is out now, who came in. You got Aaron Hicks, who doesn't scare anyone. So honestly, I love Quantrill here. His numbers look good. You can see 60 plate appearances, 192. Problem is the strikeouts are a little bit low. But yeah, I mean, Rizzo's 4 for 14 with a home run. That's 286. Judge is most likely out. Didn't play this weekend, so we'll kind of see. Aaron Hicks is basically 3 strikeouts, almost automatic strikeouts in the lineup. You got Glaber 1 for 7, Oswaldo 0 for 4, LeMahieu 0 for 5, Trevino 0 for 3, Higashioka's 2 for 2 with a home run. He's a spring training Babe Ruth, but that's about it. So yeah, I mean, there's no one in this lineup that scares me right now the way they're playing. Germán, I mean, he's had good games this year. We know that. We've seen him. Coming off 6 innings, 8 strikeouts, but he had 6 earned runs. This is the thing. He had 30 fantasy points because he had 8 strikeouts, but he gave up 6 earned runs. But the Yankees were up so much on Minnesota, it really didn't matter. The time before that against Toronto, 6 strikeouts, 4 earned runs. Against Minnesota the time before, that's when he had 11 strikeouts, 59 fantasy points there. So GPP wise, I don't mind either of these guys for GPP. I would lean Quantrill more just because of how the Yankees are hitting right now. Now they're when they're on, they're a really good hitting team. They're just off right now. The bats against Herman that I would look at in this game: Jose Ramirez, 2 for 11, double and triple. I don't care about those numbers. If Herman is off at all, Ramirez is one that can easily hit a home run, get 3-4 hits in this game. So I really like him. Ahmed Rosario's 2 for 8. Zunino 1 for 5 with a double. Josh Bell 1 for 4 with a double. Yeah, I mean, everyone's basically got 1 or 2 hits against him. So I don't mind some of these bats here. I'd be looking at Ramirez, probably looking at Jimenez, who can get a home run or get on bases, get some stolen bases. Cheaper option would be Will Brennan, Miles Straw, Stephen Kwan in that lineup. Stephen Kwan should be leading off, so if he gets on and gets some, 4 or 5 at-bats, couple of hits, stolen base, whatever, get you some fantasy points there. Probably not going to have exposure in cash. Don't mind either of these guys in GPP, but again, this is only basically a GPP day for me. Blue Jays at the Red Sox is next. You got Jose Barrios versus Corey Kluber. I just want you to recognize that Corey Kluber's numbers against this team, not good. Barrios against the Red Sox, 75 plate appearances, 205 batting average, striking out 18.7% of those batters. So Barrios is coming off of 7 innings against the White Sox, 9 strikeouts, 1 W, 58 fantasy points. Against Houston, he had 28 fantasy points, went 7 innings there, gave up 2 earned runs, strikeouts were low. So he's getting the strikeouts here, and he could be in store for a big game. I think people are going to see him coming in to this game with a 4.71 ERA, 2-3 record, and kind of be like, but it's the Red Sox. The only thing that does scare me is this is in Boston, so there's runs. They, as far as I know, I have to look at the ballpark's rankings on our website, but they were giving up the most amount of home runs this season so far, unless that changed over the weekend. So we will see about that. I mean, Kluber's numbers, look at these numbers: 122 plate appearances, giving up 364 batting average, 17.2 K percentage. I'm absolutely looking at the Blue Jays as probably the number 1 stack. I don't think that's a surprise. I would hope that's not a surprise at all. Kluber comes in, against Baltimore, 6 innings, 3 strikeouts, 1 earned run, 34 fantasy points. Hasn't faced them this year. But yeah, he's had 1 good game. It's his last game, really. Whit Merrifield, 9 for 35, a double and 2 home runs, batting .257. George Springer, 9 for 24, 2 doubles, a home run. Kevin Kiermaier, 3 for 11 with a double and a triple. Vlad, 5 for 9 with 2 doubles and a home run, batting .556. Bo, coming off a huge home run yesterday, 5 for 11, a double and a home run, batting .455. Kirk, 2 for 5 with a double and a home run. Matt Chapman, 5 for 5 with 2 doubles, 2 home runs. Matt Chapman is one of the hottest hitters in the majors so far, the first month plus. So yeah, I am absolutely looking at 100%. This is the number 1 stack on the slate. Would be looking at a probably Springer, Kiermaier, Vlad, Bo, Chapman, on DraftKings with a team of 5. So that's what I'm looking at there. Mix and match with the Toronto bats. But yeah, I'm avoiding 100% Kluber. I love me some Barrios in this one, as long as he doesn't, get rocked. But, Toronto should give him enough run support there to get the W too. Giants at the Astros is the next game. Ross Stripling versus Luis Garcia. Stripling, 40 plate appearances, 243 batting average, striking out 20% of those batters. And then Luis Garcia, 18 plate appearances, 27.8 K percentage, kind of high. It's low numbers, though. And 235 batting average. So the Astros bats against Ross Stripling that have had success in the past. Let's check them out. But my problem is here. Stripling hasn't gone more than 3.1 innings besides the first start on April 2nd against the Yankees. Went 5 innings, 4 earned runs, 12 fantasy points. His last couple of starts, 3.1 innings against the Mets, 2.1 against Miami, 3.1 against LA, and 1.2 against Kansas City. So I don't know how long he's going to be in there. It could be a bullpen game after that, and then we could take – it doesn't matter. I mean, you're looking at a Houston stack as well. I know Jordan's 0 for 6. Doesn't matter. Love Jordan here. Martin Maldonado 2 for 8 with 2 doubles. Abreu 3 for 4 with a double. So, yeah, I'm not looking at Stripling. I don't think he'll be in the game very long. I am looking at an Astros stack. And then Garcia against the Giants. I would like this a little bit more if it was in San Francisco, but, can't get what we want. Haniger 1 for 8. Yastrzemski 1 for 3 with a double. Crawford 2 for 3, and that's about it. So that's kind of where my head's at right now. I'm stacking the Astros against Stripling. I don't want anything to do with Stripling. I will throw Garcia in there for some GPP lineups. I won't have him in cash because, again, I'm not playing cash tonight. Got the Reds at the Padres as the next game. Luke Weaver versus Blake Snell. Weaver, 62 plate appearances, 345 batting average, only striking out 14.5%. And then Blake Snell, only 11 plate appearances against them, 27.3 K. So that's inflated, 333 batting average. So I'm not gonna have either of these pitchers. I might have Blake Snell, I guess, maybe a little exposure to Blake Snell, just because it is a small slate and it is Cincinnati, outside of Cincinnati, and it's a pitcher's park. My problem is Snell has gone no more than 5 total innings in any start. His starts this year, 5 innings, 5, 3.2, 4.1. His best start, fantasy points wise, was 4.1 innings with 9 strikeouts against Colorado for 31 fantasy points. I don't mind Snell. I won't have any Luke Weaver though. So I would look at Snell for GPP, and then I would look at the Padres as a stack against Luke Weaver. And the ones I like, Machado's batting 389, 7 for 18 with 2 doubles, 2 home runs. Trent Grisham's 5 for 9 with 2 home runs. Tatis is 4 for 10, a double, a triple, and a home run. Cronenworth 2 for 6 with a home run. So yeah, so here's the thing. I don't know if them flying from Mexico Sunday to play this game Monday will have any effect on them just because of the altitude. Now, people can get altitude sickness. I understand that. That's just some thought process. You might not be thinking, oh, they're professional athletes, blah, 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 blah. They were at 7,000 feet elevation. The balls were floating out of there. Well, Saturday. They didn't Sunday. I don't know if that'll have any ill effects, but that's just something in the back of my mind to think about. But I am still stacking the Padres in this one. I could see the Padres either going off or something's different with the altitude. Something's wrong with them, and then they don't put up much. But in all honesty, probably looking at San Diego's the number 2 stack against Luke Weaver. And then the final game on the slate, you got Taijuan Walker versus Tony Gonsolin. Phillies at the Dodgers. Walker, 81 plate appearances, 247 batting average, only striking out 22.2%. And then Gonsolin, 20 plate appearances, 235 batting average, striking out 45% of those batters. So looking at Taijuan here, he's making his start. So this is the problem. He did have forearm problem after his last start on April 26th, 5 days ago. He now supposedly feels good, but this is the problem. If there's any sort of problem with his arm in this game, they're going to yank him quickly. So I probably am avoiding him just due to that fact. In that game, 4 innings against Seattle, 6 strikeouts, 5 earned runs, got then his forearm problem. But yeah, I'm very hesitant to use him. I would be looking at other pitching options on this slate. Like I said, I don't like this slate. This slate's not the best. And then you got Tony Gonsolin. Not much going on here. There's not... He's made 1 start against Pittsburgh, 3.1 innings 5 days ago. That's it. So not much going on there. Phillies are, defending NL champs. I don't like this game as much as I thought I would at the beginning of the night. Gonsolin, I don't think either of these pitchers go long in the game, and that just makes it a bullpen game, and then anything can happen with that. So, bats in this game that we're looking at just depends. who's going to be in there, who's going to be playing. Alec Boehm, Schwarber at all times is a good option. Real Muto, Brandon Marsh. But I just think I'll be playing lightly on this day and lightly in this game as well. So there you go. Those are the breakdowns of the 6 games that are on the main slate. We talked about the one early game and then the one that isn't on anything. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button. If you want to go to FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, here's what we offer over there. MLB, we've got the BVP matchups, which this will be updated. These are all Sunday's information. All of the BVP information with the numbers throughout. We've got it sorted by position. You can check that out. Also, got stolen base targets. This is good for DFS. Also good for sports betting as well. You can kind of see we've got through here who pitched, how many stolen bases, any historical matchups. You can check that out on there, completely free. The cheat sheet is part of the premium content, which I will show you the cheat sheet from Sunday. Just some plays, the stacks we like, the players we like in the stack, and then core lineup plays is how we go through here. Nestor got lit up, which kind of sucks. But yeah, we had, just kind of going through some core plays. Then you've got the betting odds. You can check out the betting odds here. These will be updated. We've got the games. We've got the money lines, open, current, and implied run totals. Like I said, it was 21 to start, and it went under there. But we've sorted it by that. And you could sort these as well when you're on the website. Then we've got the ballpark stats ranking. So looking at this is what I was kind of talking about, like with Fenway. And this will be updated. But Fenway's given up 40 home runs, which is the most amount. This is as of Sunday, so this will be changed. But 40 home runs, so kind of going through there, we'll show you if there's any weather concerns and stuff like that. We've got the optimal stacks. So in this instance, depending if you're playing Fanduel or DraftKings. So looking at this, if you're playing on Fanduel and we have 6 games, the number one, usually like a normal would be 4 stack, 4 and 3, but on a 6-game slate, 28% of the time, it's an other combo of some sort. So it just really depends, and that's historical from the last 5 years, so you can check that out. So far, anyway. Same thing with FanDuel with 6 games. A 5-2 stack is what's been the best. 46% of the time, if you're playing a large GPP, 5-2 has been the go-to stack. And then batter trends. We got FanDuel and DraftKings batter trends. And this is sorted by last 50 plate appearances against right-handed bats or left-handed bats. So, for instance, this is all Sundays, but we do it by last 50, 100, and 150 at-bats there. So, looking at that, Fernando Tatis' last 50 at-bats against a right-handed pitcher, 223 WOBA, 109 ISO. A lot of numbers here, and this does help you out. And you can go through. We have FanDuel and DraftKings. FanDuel, obviously the eligibility for position and the salaries are there as well. So a lot of information for you on this Monday video. If you have comments, questions, concerns, let them down below. Again, if this video gets 50 likes, we will choose, and you want to comment on it, we will choose one comment, random.org. We'll be able to put all the comments in there, and we will put that in the drawing. The person will win a free month of MLB DFS and sports betting content brought to you by FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. You can also try and win an easier way by hitting the like button, being a subscriber, and tell me who's going to hit home run and what inning they're going to hit it in. That's what I've got for you tonight. Good luck. Let's bring up some bacon. Peace.